I'm here in Rockland, Maine, standing aboard one of Maine's finest built vessels, a 2011 Sabre 40. Today, I'm aboard Tempest. I'm Ben Scheffer with East Coast Yacht Sales. Let's go check it out. As soon as you step aboard the aft deck from the swim platform, you can see there's just so much space back here for entertaining. So, nice removable varnish table right back here, as well as ample storage and seating opportunities. Then if we continue up the starboard side, you can tell this boat's been well maintained because it has these great covers going over the teak, so it keeps everything from needing to be varnished far too often. The radar's been removed for winter storage, but as we make our way up here, you can see electric windlass as well as large anchor lockers up here with tons of space. So you could easily store additional fenders in there if you needed, as one is down there right now. But yeah, these teak rail covers are incredibly convenient for when you're not using the boat, just so that the teak isn't cooking in the sunlight. But tons of space here on the foredeck as well. Really nice and streamlined walkways, so easy to walk down either side of the boat. Very little tripping hazards. So if you need anywhere to hold on to, you can always hold on to the cabin top as well as onto the railing. But as we continue on, you have two large storage hatches back here, as well as an opening hatch back here to access your pods, as well as to store the table. Really, really good convenient space. You have cockpit light switches as soon as you enter the boat. So really nice if it's nighttime. All you have to do, tap this button. You also have the button for the underwater lights, easily accessible right there as well. Continuing on into the pilot house, tons of space, tons of woodwork that has just been so well maintained. Really good natural lighting from all around. And also really good seating ability. And just, as I said previously, really incredibly well maintained boat. Super low hours, so this boat is ready to go right now. But continuing, you have Webasto electric sunroof in here. Twin Garmin GPS map 7212s, so 12-inch displays, two of them, which is nice. Garmin VHF, you have your Cummins Zeus display right there. One of the other really convenient things on this 2011 Sabre 40 is that it actually has the joystick driving for those Zeus drives, so incredibly easy to dock. There's no bow thruster on this boat, but you truly don't need one. If you just press over to the side, those pods will actually pivot and push you right into the dock. And then if your bow starts to drift, if you just give this a twist, it'll be as if you put your port throttle in forward and your starboard throttle in reverse. So it just gives you phenomenal maneuverability. You also have the skyhook function on here. So if you press this button while you're in the water, it will actually GPS lock your location. So if you're single-handing, it's incredibly convenient. You have your starboard side opening door here. So if you're coming into a dock, all you have to do, if you're about 15 to 20 feet off the dock, press skyhook. Your boat will be GPS locked in one location, and then you can easily step outside, get your lines and fenders ready, and dock all by yourself. So just unbelievably well ergonomically designed. But that's only one of the great features of this boat. I mean, easy access to your electrical panel here on the starboard side. You also have a TV that lifts up here on the starboard side as well. And then underneath our feet here is the access to the engine room, but I'll show you that at the end of this tour. Continuing down port side, you can see, again, just in line with all of the Sabres, a phenomenal amount of space for storage. So really nice in terms of never having to worry about where you're going to put things. You have these large opening drawers and just ample space. But continuing down to the galley, this boat has a generator, so you have an electric cooktop here, convection microwave, and then you have a refrigerator and freezer right here, as well as an additional ice maker on this side. I mean, what's awesome is this galley up feature. You feel completely outside. You still have great visibility all the way around you when you're standing here at the galley. So you don't have any fear of not knowing exactly where you're going. So if someone's sitting at the captain's chair, you're still very much connected to them while you're here at the galley. Really well proportioned dining and cooking space. So if you don't need to have the sink, all you have to do is put this cover on, and that becomes additional cutting space. More storage. More storage underneath here, so 2 drawers as well as a cabinet. And then this is one of my favorite cabinets here. You have your horizontal or diagonal opening spice rack. So they really designed this boat so that even if you're cruising, you have plenty of space for cooking and plenty of creature comforts that allow you to cook comfortably. Finally, in this area, you have this large cave, which can be such a good space in terms of additional storage for provisions. Or as you can see, like right now, we just have a couple of the runners as well as carpets down here. So just tremendous amount of storage space right underneath the galley. You have these rollout racks, which also are really convenient. Again, talking about just great utilization of space. They've done such a great job at just maximizing the amount of space. Part of that is because of the pods. The other part is it's just a well thought out boat. So as we step down from the galley, immediately on the starboard side, you see this large dining area. This area also converts into a berth. So you have a ton of storage, not only underneath the aft facing couch, but also just ahead. There's plenty of storage here. So if you're converting this into a berth, all you do is you press down on this table, and then on top of the forward master right now are the 2 cushions that you would set on top. And I'll show you exactly how that converts. Basically, this little lever right here would need to be opened up. You can press this whole table down, lock it in place, slide that cushion on top, and then you have just such a nice sleeping area. And because it's a sleeping area, you would want to close it off. So it has these 2 pocket doors here. And what I'll do is I'll just slide them closed so that you can see a good example. But it really partitions this part of the accommodation area off so nicely. So it's as if you don't even know that it's there. Really nice and private, and plenty of space for people to get changed or sleep. If you open it back up, it is just such a large, nice dining area as well. Moving forward, we have this large master berth. You have tons of storage on both the starboard side. You can see cabinets, drawers, additional cabinets. Port side, you have large opening cabinet, as well as these smaller cabinets and drawers. And then you also have drawers underneath the bed and bilge storage right under your feet. So just a ton of space up here for the master area to just have plenty of room to sleep, to store things. So you never have to worry about not having enough space for if you're going on a long cruise. This area also has just what I would consider one of the classiest, nicest little sliding pocket doors here. So that partitions this part of the space off nicely. And then you also have access into the head from here. So large standing separate shower. So not a wet head. You also have space for seating, storage, and plenty of room in here. So you have an electric freshwater flushing head. You have storage, large standing shower, and as with the rest of the boat, tons of natural light in here. If you turn these lights off, you still have plenty of light still coming through naturally from all over. I guess this is a great time to explain all of these overhead hatches also have not only the blackout shades, but also screens, and you just have such a nice ventilated space. And that is true for all of these overhead hatches, which is just so nice. And then the hatches or port lights on either side of the hull, those also are opening and have built-in screens, so you don't even have to worry about moving those screens. You saw me open up this door earlier, so to access this space, I'll call it the common area. All you have to do is open up the separate door. The door that we originally entered through from the master has this huge mirror on it. So full length mirror, always a hit whenever you need to get ready for an outing. As we're walking back up, you can see just tons of storage underneath our feet. We went through that large cave, but all of these little compartments also just have extra storage. So just really well thought out. But let's go down into the engine room. That way you can see how large, cavernous, and easy to work on it is down there. And you can see automatic lights, also really convenient. But as we go down, engines further aft, just because they're pods. So the engine can be further aft, not directly under your feet when you're driving. So it reduces the amount of noise. This boat is powered with twin Cummins QSB 5.9, 380 horsepower engines. They are Zeus Pods, and so what's incredibly nice is, as we spoke about earlier, you have the joystick, but also they are incredibly efficient. So it's got about a 400-gallon fuel tank. It has a cruising range of about 300 nautical miles at 22 knots. So wherever you're trying to go, you can get there quickly. You also have generator here, which has been opened up just for winter maintenance. And then, as I was alluding to earlier, just a ton of storage space. Really easy access down here in the engine room. You also have your engine room camera, so even as you're at the helm, you can see everything that's going on. But just a ton of space. You can see both those fuel tanks on the starboard and port side. Really, really nice access here. You also have access to your batteries here on the starboard side, which I just hooked up just quickly so that I could turn on all the lights and give you guys a good idea of the boat. Just phenomenal engine room space. Really well thought out, really well laid out. In this pilot house of this Sabre 40, there's just so much ventilation. So both of these side windows actually slide open, and these aft windows also pop open, as well as this Webasto sunroof, which electronically slides aft. So with all of those things open, you can tell there's just so much natural air. There's also air conditioning installed on this boat. So if you want everything closed up, or if it's a hot and muggy day, you just close up everything, turn on your generator, turn on the air conditioning, and the boat would be incredibly nicely temperatured. Most people are kind of impartial to air conditioning, which is why I had to mention just how much ventilation there is. And there's nothing better than just cruising with open windows as well as the sunroof on a beautiful summer day. There's also blinds going all the way around this pilot house. So if you want privacy, all you have to do is slide one of the many blinds and no one will be able to look inside of your boat. And that concludes our tour of this 2011 Sabre 40. I'm Ben Scheffer with East Coast Yacht Sales. The link to the listing will be in the description below, as well as all of my contact information. So please do not hesitate to reach out if you have any questions, and I hope you enjoyed this video.